And now, everyone, it is now time we will cap off this episode with the grand finale. And for this finale, instead of talking about trailers or movie news or anything like that, I actually have a personal story that I would like to share with you all. Something that has happened to me recently and is already considered one of my personal biggest highlights of 2024. An experience that I will definitely not forget. And in fact, I can actually show you that little experience because I have this one little clip that I would like to go and share here. Let me just help you out to go and get a better look. So here we go. So allow me to present to you what I have recently done.
Oh God, it's almost time to smell dinner.
Oh, not again!
Fish.
Yes, so to give you a little bit of context, that clip that you have just seen is from the CBS series Ghosts. And more specifically, the reason why I wanted to show you is because I have made an appearance. Hold on, just want to yep, oh, there it is. Yep, there I am, right over here. Yes, that is me, and I was lucky to even get that good close-up right there. So yes, I basically, to go and describe my role in that particular scene right there, I am part of a legion of supermarket ghosts where I passed away, I guess, during Black Friday where I was trampled. In fact, on my costume, I don't know if you could see it, but I actually had some footprints that were on me. And I was holding on to this console next to my co-star right over here. And to show you even more proof that I was on it, I even received credits right over here. So yes, as you can see, this is part of the credits from that particular episode. Specifically, by the way, if you want to go and look for this episode, you can actually find it on Paramount Plus, and it is specifically Season 3, Episode 9, The Traveling Agent. And as you can see, the customer one did not appear in that scene, but yes, you have seen me alongside Marc-Andre Boulanger as the butcher ghost, the one with the big the big cleaver on his head. So that was honestly a fun and impressive makeup job that they have done there. And yes, and here is my name over here, Matt Brunet as Funyo 1, alongside my other Funyo co-star, Shalom Campbell. A cool girl, by the way, really great as well. And by the way, I am called Funyo mainly because that is the name of the console that me and Shalom were holding. So yeah, and funny enough, when I auditioned for this, it was actually labeled as Sega, but of course they couldn't get the rights to Sega, so they would have to go and get some non-brand made-up thing. So that's why they called it Funyo, and even had to design an entire box with all that kind of stuff. But I just want to go and make a big clarification. Before I would go and tell my experience on this, excuse me, folks. Oh boy. But I just want to go and state this right now. The thing is, a lot of people, were shocked about it, that it was my cameo, that people were amazed by it, and I know some people might be wondering how I got this, but I just want to go and tell you this right now. I did not get this role because I'm AniMat. It's not like CBS or Paramount came to me and say, hey, we love your work, we love what you do with your videos, hey, do you want to do a cameo in our show called Ghost? That did not happen whatsoever. As you guys probably know, outside of YouTube, I am also an actor. And being an actor means that you got to do auditions again and again and again and again and again. In fact, the majority of the job is to keep on doing auditions until you would go and get a role. And in the case of Ghosts, you could probably imagine that this is one of the bigger ones where it is extremely competitive. Like the bigger the show is, and the more that it is the kind that it would reach a very wide audience, not just like in Canada, but like in the US and all around the world, the more valuable and the more that people would want to go and have this job no matter what, and they will do whatever they can in order to put out the best audition that they could. And I will even say this right now. That was actually not the first time that I tried to audition for Ghosts. Like, there were a few times that I would try to get in, but unfortunately, I didn't really get that much luck those previous times. But I feel fortunate that I actually did get this one, you know, that I did get this role in Ghosts. Mainly because, unlike the other ones that I've auditioned, or at least some of the ones, this one right here, I actually did get a speaking role, which is why I actually did get the credit right over here, which is why I am credited as being co-starred. In fact, what's interesting to note is that when there was that chant of new fish, new fish, new fish, that part right there, it's like it's not everyone who is chanting that, you know, like it wasn't everyone that was behind me that was you know, that they were all saying it. It was actually just 4 people. It was me. Thank you, Edward, for the subscription right there. So it was me, Shalom, the 2 stunt performers right over here. And yes, they are stunt performers because they had to go and like attack the lady to, you know, and like she has to use her box in order to you know, in order to go and stop them, like right over here, like boom boom. That actually required, yeah, and like even this shot, that required a stunt double. Well, maybe not this shot over here, but it did require a stunt double in order to go and you know, to try to stop her. But yeah, like it was just me. It was me, Shalom, and those 2 stunt performers who had to go and chant new fish, new fish. While everyone else in the back that are holding random things, they were pretty much like just background actors. They were just behind, like just to make it look like the whole Legion of Supermarket Ghosts. They, you know, like they're actually a pretty large group that is led by the Butcher Ghost. But yeah, basically with this audition, of course, like it was just one of many that I would try to go and like get this opportunity. And then it was actually 2 months ago, like in mid-February, that I got the email from my agent saying, hey, you got the part. So let's go and try to sign up for some stuff and let's actually make things happen. And honestly, it was exciting. Like, holy crap, I got the part. It is happening. Let's freaking go. And then 2 days later, I would go into the fitting. Because before you would go and actually get on set and do your job, there's one part where you would have to go into the costume department to go and test out a variety of different costumes to see which one would actually work out best. And trust me, at that point, I was there for about an hour trying out a variety of different clothing. And like, these aren't actually tailor-made, you know? These aren't ones that they would go and actually create exclusively for this. A lot of these, believe it or not, are actually bought off from different kinds of shops like Old Navy, for example. So, in fact, I think like the shirt that I had underneath was actually from Old Navy, and that's actually something that not many people know about with costume departments. Sometimes like they're not actually like full-on custom made as you would expect in many major productions. Some of them, they were just like buy them off like at a store or something like that, that doesn't have any copywritten images or anything like that. So from there, like I would try out the costumes and stuff, and then I overheard the costume ladies. They were talking about the whole production, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, it's going to be a night shift at that time. Yeah, like they're going to be doing it at night instead of day." So it got me confused. Like, I didn't know what they were talking about. But then I got the email in regards to my schedule, when I'm going to be there, when we are going to film it, and all that kind of stuff. And apparently, let's just say it was a 9 to 5 job, but in a reverse, in which I have to work from the PM to the AM. So I was pretty, so like my whole experience on that day went from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I had to work all night. And at first, I was freaking out. I was like, oh crap. Like, am I ready for this? I was not prepared that there would be a moment where I'm gonna have to work during the night and just not sleep. Like, it would literally have to be something in which I have to go out in the night and I can only finish the job when the sun comes up. So honestly, it was a pretty daunting task. Now, I have done some acting jobs before where I have to be there stupidly early. Like, I had to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning or at 5 so that I could be on set at like 5:30 or something before the sun would officially come up, and then we would do the filming. I have done that before, but like doing a night shift, oh boy, I never had that before. So I was honestly prepping myself up. Like the day before, I tried to stay up as late as I can, and then on the day of, like before I would go out, I would do everything I can to like, eat a massively big and rich meal that would like knock me out and put myself in a food coma. And then the time came when I would go into the set, in which I was actually picked up by a chauffeur. And that is something that the Ghost production would actually go and do, that they would actually have chauffeurs that they would pick people up from their homes and then they would drive to the movie set. And I'll even answer right now, the reason why it had to be a night shift is mainly because the supermarket that they were filming is actually a real supermarket. Like, this isn't like a whole set that is all elaborate and stuff like that. They had to legit go and rent a real supermarket in order to go and film it. And because it is a real supermarket, they cannot go and reserve it during the day because, well, I mean, people have to go and buy their groceries and stuff like that. So they can only do it during the closing hours. And honestly, it was very impressive with what they have done, mainly because, keep in mind, I'm from Montreal. And with our Montreal stores, and especially with our grocery stores, everything has to be bilingual. And usually French would be a lot more prominent. So there was a lot of work that was done within that grocery store to make it just exclusively English. Like, full on hide the French as much as they can to make it look like this place is still set in the US. So yeah, basically we were doing all that. And I actually did have an and yeah, so I was picked up. And oh, I almost forgot, before we get into the set, before we actually got into filming, because like they were already doing some stuff beforehand, but my time was actually like my time to go and actually film my scene was actually at midnight. While I was waiting though, and this was honestly my first ever experience of having this, I had to wait in my own trailer. I am dead serious. There is actually, this was my first time in which I had to wait on set with everyone else. And before I would go into my scene, I was waiting in my own trailer. Like, it was a very small trailer, by the way. Like, it's even small. Like, I would say the size of it is like this area that you see behind me. But still, I was able to wait in my own trailer. And during that time, like, I would wait until, like, the makeup department would go and, like, add some touch-ups on me to make sure I look camera ready, that my hair is good, that my costume is all neat, and all that kind of stuff. But for a good while, Like I was just relaxing in my own little area that I could say that it is my trailer. And like even on the front of it, it actually says like like they have the title, it's Ghosts, and even says like this is reserved for Funyo 1. So honestly, it was like I was just freaking out. Like I don't care how small it is, the fact that I had my own trailer that had my own little sink and my own little couch and my own little bathroom, it was like for me it was like the most awesome thing, and it's like the most glamorous that I ever felt. It's like, I'm in a trailer that is for me. How cool was that? And so yeah, after I like after I had that little moment of excitement and just waiting until it was my time, so finally we did get onto the set, and that's when I did meet like the other actors, including Marc Andre and Shalom. Great people. And then I also met the main actors. Like I met the guy who did Pete, and I also met the two other actors here. And may I say, interacting with these people, they are so nice. They are so friendly. And I mean, they're good at their jobs, but they are just wonderful people overall. Very very friendly to me, very friendly to everyone else. And like you could tell that these are people who love their craft. They love acting, and they loved working on this show in particular. And even I believe the actor who plays Pete, his name is Richie. Like he was even talking about how like he's very close to all the actors in Ghost, and that they have their own little Facebook Messenger group, like sharing their experiences with one another, like hanging out, like they are real friends in real life. So that is just great to see. And working on this set and like working on this, yes, I can pretty much confirm that all this took one night. Like this, like all like that shot that I showed you, yeah, it took a long time in order to go and film, especially to do like one shot after another again and again in order to make sure that not only that everything is right, like there were no like bloopers or mess ups or anything like that. It was mainly to go and make sure that like all the shots that they wanted to get was correct. Like not just the ones where we see Pete, like not just the close-ups right over here, but also like the shots of us like walking in front, and then there's also like the shots where they would go and even these moments they have to do like several shots, like the overhead shot, the one at the bottom, like they did a whole lot of them that they had to do one after another. So it is like even for just a TV show, it is a long process, but it is still very professional. And even like the effect, like I gotta mention, like even the effect that they did here, like the backlighting with the ghostly glow with all of us, with Marc Andre, with Shalom, and with me. And then you would also have like the moment where like all the lights just go down, like this moment right over here, boom, like that moment, like that was honestly really cool. And yes, they did shut down the lights on the entire supermarket. So I would just say overall, and oh, there is one more experience that I want to go and share with you all. So like, yeah, that whole time was just absolutely great, and so far is one of my biggest highlights both for this year and in my acting career. And then when it was time a few days ago, when I can go and actually share it with the world, to go and tell everyone that I was in Ghosts, honestly, I was surprised of the reactions that I have gotten, especially that they're like, apparently they're like, I have never seen Ghosts before, but many people have actually. And it's amazing how there were many people out there who actually did comment as I was sharing all this, that they actually recognized me. That they were like, not only were they Ghosts fans, that they were watching the show, but they also saw my cameo and they were saying, hey, wait, hold on a sec. Is that who I think it is? It's that AniMat's here? And then suddenly the credits would go and pop up. they would pop up and it would confirm that. And a lot of people, like, of course I did get congratulations, but a lot of, like, it was honestly crazy to see, like, yo, I love that show. That was you. Holy crap. I thought I recognized you. Like, it was honestly crazy. And it's just, it's honestly such a magical feeling to see how people responded to that and how they were very, and how, like, they were just amazed that there was an AniMat's cameo in Ghost. So overall, I just wanted to go and highlight this and to just share my experience, that it was just a wonderful time. I loved being with everyone there. They were all professional. They're all great people. And honestly, I do hope that more of this will come in the future. It was a very exciting time, and especially a great boost for my acting career, because I'll just tell you all this right now. Being AniMat's does nothing for my acting career. People are not going to care about my YouTube channel or anything like that, and it's not going to be something that will give me acting opportunities. But the fact that part of my career, like, so far, it went off on a very strong start, where in February I got to go and film this. And now that it aired, now that people saw my appearance, like, now that I could go and, like, put that on my demo and put it on my resume that I was on this series, like, it felt, it felt great. And it gave me a lot of, like, newfound hope for my acting career, that things will definitely pick up from there. So yeah, I just thought that I could go and just share my experience with you all and just have a moment to actually talk about it. And it just tell my story about my experience with working in Ghosts. So anyways, with that said, I'll pass this on to the chat wall, and I'd like to ask you all, what do you all think about this? And if you do watch Ghosts, I would love to know your thoughts about that little scene as well. All right, let's see now. Congratulations on getting your part in Ghosts, AniMat's. I'm not sure if you're allowed to, but you might want to consider using Funyo1 and the line New Fish as emotes on Twitch. Again, not sure if you're allowed to, considering it's part of a popular show on CBS, but if you are, that would be awesome. I mean, I could consider it, and I mean, it would actually be funny if I could do that as, like, a subscription notification. I could do that. Like, I know with Double Toasted, they do that all the time, where they would take, like, stuff from movies and they would, like, use little clips as their subscriber notification or stuff like that. So maybe I could consider that. Like, instead of the yeah, like, instead of that, I could just use New Fish. That could be an interesting one. All right, let's see now. This is just cool that you got the part on an extra, being in not only in a TV show, but in a CBS series I've never seen before. And by the way, just want to state right now, this is not an extra part. There is a difference between being a co-star and being an extra, because extras do not have lines. Because I would go and chant New Fish, that makes me considered a co-star. So I just want to go and make that clarification. But anyways, I'll watch it just for your appearance. Must have been a great experience having your own trailer, meeting the cast, and working on the show. Hopefully you will do more of this soon. I remember accidentally stepping on the set of the new Beverly Hills Cops coming to Netflix. Eddie Murphy wasn't there, but his stunt double was, and I got to see it in action. Oh, nice, dude. All right. That is really amazing, dude, that you got quite a moment on the spotlight in my brother's favorite show. Seriously, he's not going to believe it when he gets to see it. I'll tell you that for sure. Also, don't take it too hard. Don't take it too hard working at night shifts. I have the experience of really working with family of night owls. Mom always says sometimes it's better to get work done at night than you do in the day. By the way, since you're dead, does that mean you revived and started doing a podcast after Wilkins Coffee? Yeah, that's pretty much how I died. Like, I was in the supermarket, I refused an offer for Wilkins Coffee, and I got stupidly trampled while I was holding a Funyo console next to a girl. That's basically what happened. That's the canon story of my character in freaking Ghosts. All right, let's see. While I myself haven't watched Ghost, this is something I never expect. The fact that you got to be on a popular show like Ghosts and to actually got the whole experience of being on a big TV show is just incredible. So I'm happy for that. Also, I will admit that I have no idea that Ghosts is filmed in Canada. Oh, you have no idea what movies and shows are filmed in not just in Canada but in Montreal specifically. Like Montreal, like I'll even say Montreal, like it is a major place for movies and shows and stuff like that, and especially for like major studios. Like for a while, we were the home of the X-Men movies, where all the X-Men film, or at least most of the X-Men films, were actually filmed in Montreal. Let's see, what else do we have here? I never thought I would see you make a cameo in a CBS series like Ghost, but may I say congratulations on making an appearance like this. I never watched Ghost before, but it was cool to see you appear like this. It reminds me of how one of my friends made an appearance as an extra in Scream 5, and it was filmed in my home state, but it was cool altogether. Congratulations. Hey, thank you so much, man. Congrats on your role in Ghost. I never watched Ghost, but it was great for your role in TV. I hope you will continue working in acting. Did you have to sign an NDA when appearing on this show? Absolutely. This is why I never said anything beforehand. Between February and like April right now, for 2 months, I had to keep my lips sealed. Not even tell my family, not even tell my friends. I couldn't say anything other than, well, I worked on a show. That's it. Let's see, what else do you have here? What other comments would there be? I think I only have time for one more. Hold on. I think I'll, okay, let's see. Congrats on the cameo, Matt. Play your cards right and you could appear in an episode of Criminal Minds, sharing the screen with AJ Cook. I mean, maybe. Who the fridge knows? Actually, we'll go and read one more, actually. I'm very surprised that you got the part in a major production for a CBS show. I never watched the show, but I'm so happy for you, and I want to say a big congrats on getting a huge role in Ghosts. And I'm very happy that many of the people working on the scene were very sweet and kind on set. I'm very excited to see what more roles you'll get. I can't wait to see how your career will go moving forward. Hey, thank you so much, man.